Have you ever wondered what Europe would look like today if it had been conquered by the Mongol Empire? It almost happened. In the winter of 1241, the unstoppable Mongol armies were rampaging across Eastern Europe. They had crushed the kingdoms of Poland and Hungary in a matter of weeks, leaving a trail of devastation in their wake. European knights, once considered the pinnacle of warfare, were no match for the swift, disciplined Mongol horse archers. The path to Vienna and the rest of Western Europe lay wide open. It seemed like nothing could stop them. And then, they just stopped. They turned around and went home. For centuries, historians debated why. Was it a tactical retreat? Did they fear the fortified castles of Western Europe? The answer is far more dramatic and unexpected than anyone could have guessed. Let's rewind to the beginning. Under the leadership of Genghis Khan, the Mongols had forged the largest contiguous land empire in history. After his death, his son Batu Khan continued the expansion. He dispatched his brilliant general Subutai and two of Genghis's grandsons, Batu and Khaden, to conquer the Great Sea, the Atlantic Ocean. This was the European campaign. Subutai's strategy was a masterpiece of military genius. He split his forces into multiple columns, attacking Poland and Hungary simultaneously. At the Battle of Legnica in April 1241, a Mongol detachment annihilated a combined army of Poles and Teutonic knights. Just 2 days later, at the Battle of Mohi, the main Mongol force led by Batu and Subutai utterly destroyed the Hungarian army. King Belafor of Hungary barely escaped with his life. Europe was in a state of sheer panic. The Pope called for a crusade against the Mongols, but the fractured European kingdoms couldn't muster a unified defense. The Mongols spent the rest of 1241 consolidating their control over Hungary, systematically destroying any remaining resistance. They crossed the frozen Danube River in December, poised for a spring campaign that would take them into Austria, Germany, and Italy. Contemporary chroniclers were filled with dread, describing the Mongols as a divine punishment, an unstoppable force of nature. They were at the very gates of Western Europe, and there was no army left that could realistically stop them. It felt like the end of days. But the final invasion never came. The Mongol scouts who had pushed as far as the outskirts of Vienna suddenly vanished. The entire Mongol army, over 100,000 strong, turned back and began the long march east, back to the vast steppes of Mongolia. So what happened? What could possibly cause such a powerful, victorious army to abandon its ultimate prize? It wasn't a military defeat. It wasn't the weather. It was a single, pivotal event thousands of miles away in the Mongol capital of Karakorum. In December of 1241, the great Khan, Gedai, died. Mongol law, the Yasa, dictated that upon the death of the great Khan, all princes of the bloodline, no matter where they were in the world, had to return to the capital to elect a successor. This was called a Kurultai. Batu Khan, the overall commander of the European invasion and a grandson of Genghis, had a legitimate claim to the throne. He had no choice but to suspend the campaign and head back east to participate in the election. His political ambitions suddenly became more important than conquering distant lands. This succession crisis likely saved Europe. The political maneuvering for the throne lasted for years. By the time a new great Khan was securely in place, the momentum was lost. Batu Khan eventually returned to the west, but he focused on consolidating his own territory, which became known as the Golden Horde, centered in Russia. He never again launched a full-scale invasion of Central or Western Europe. This twist of fate, the death of a single man on the other side of the world, diverted the course of history. It gave Europe a crucial breathing room, allowing it to recover and eventually enter the Renaissance. It's a powerful reminder of how a single event can have unimaginable consequences. Thanks for watching. If you found this piece of history as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the events that shaped our world. Let me know in the comments what other historical what-ifs you'd like me to explore next. See you in the next video.